my channel, I say welcome. Welcome aboard. And what I like to do is basically just talk about anything and everything classic rock, so let's go ahead and let's get started. Sammy Hagar's High Tide Beach Party is going into year number dos, and the lineup just keeps growing and growing and growing and getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and the acts are really, really good. Of course, we've got Vic Johnson, Michael Anthony, and Jason Bonham. They're all with Sammy and the Circle, so of course they're gonna be there. Extreme, Blue Oyster Cult, Night Ranger, Vince Neil, and gosh only knows who else is gonna show up. Now here's the thing, I mean, regular ticket prices are okay. It's gonna happen on 2 days in September. I think it's on the 28th and the 29th. You can actually visit hightidebeachparty.com to find out all of the info, but if you want the really, really good seats, 10 G's, 10 smackaroonies, $10,000, and you can get a cabana for up to 8 people. You get a bottle of Sammy's rum. You get to go in the pit area, and hopefully you're treated like a king or a queen, or maybe even both. 10 grand will get you up close and personal, I would hope, with Sammy's High Tide Beach Party guests. So again, hightidebeachparty.com if you want to find out more info on that amazing event hosted by the man himself, Sammy Hagar. So of course there have been lots and lots and lots of famous Barbie dolls. We've had Cher as a Barbie, Elizabeth Taylor as a Barbie, Farrah Fawcett as a Barbie. But now an iconic guy singer is going to have his own Barbie doll. David Bowie as Ziggy Stardust to commemorate the 50th anniversary of the release of Space Oddity. Well, David's going to have his own Barbie doll. Now, Ziggy Stardust came out after Space Oddity, but the Barbie doll will be in his famous Ziggy Stardust outfit along with the platform shoes. That is very, very cool. The doll will cost $50 and no release date from Mattel yet, and they call David the ultimate pop chameleon. So again, David Bowie getting his very own Barbie doll. Pretty neat. So the other night, Paul McCartney wrapped up his Freshen Up tour, and I'm pretty sure he sold out every single venue that he was at. It was a great success for him, and he's a great entertainer, but he has had a few pretty amazing musicians along the way. A few weeks back when he was performing in Vegas, Steven Tyler was also doing his residency with Aerosmith, so maybe Steven just ran across the street, or he Ubered, or he did something, and he got on stage with Paul, and they both sang Helter Skelter. Fans were amazed and surprised, of course. If you can go and catch that footage anywhere on YouTube, definitely worth watching. It was great. And the other night at Dodger Stadium in LA for the finale of the Freshen Up tour, kind of crazy, but Ringo Starr comes out on stage and he plays the drum to Sgt. Pepper's, and he also joined in on Helter Skelter. And to end the show, Mr. Joe Walsh of the Eagles. Now, if you don't smile when you watch Joe Walsh play the guitar, I don't know what to tell you, because that guy just makes me happy when I watch him play. He is so into it. He's so good. He's amazing. Joe Walsh ended the show with Paul McCartney on his Freshen Up tour. No word if Paul's going to go out again, maybe next year, because he did end the show by saying, "We'll see you soon." He has not announced any retirement or anything like that, but this was a big, ginormous success for Paul McCartney. So keeping on the track of Joe Walsh, the Eagles were just placed on the Forbes highest paid celebrity list. Number 8 as a group, number 4 as musicians. To me, it's one and the same, but whatever. They've brought in over $100 million within the last 12 months, which is equivalent to about $3.5 million per venue. I mean, that is a lot of Louis Vuittons for someone, right? I wonder, do you think I bet you the Eagles themselves don't buy Louis Vuittons, but their wives probably do. Anyway, so number 1 on that Forbes list is Taylor Swift, and of course in the rock category we've got Elton John, Fleetwood Mac, and Billy Joel, because they are also wicked, wicked rich. Now the Eagles will be doing a very short, tiny 2-date residency in Vegas, and I believe it starts on September 27th. And for the first time, they will be performing Hotel California in its entirety. Now that album is only about 44 minutes long, so of course they're going to throw some of their greatest hits in there, because the Eagles, they just put on a great show. TheEagles.com, you can check out all of their tour info. Woodstock 50. Woodstock 50, Woodstock 50. Hello? Is this Woodstock 50? No, because it almost doesn't exist anymore. Now, I'm not trying to be mean here, okay? But Michael Lang, I think he needs to just call uncle at this point, because Vernon, New York, the townspeople of Vernon, New York, that's where the next potential Woodstock 50 was going to happen. They hit the deny stamp. They said, nope, sorry, you cannot have this party here at Vernon Downs. I mean, it really was cut in half. I gotta scratch my nose. It was over 120 some odd thousand people. Having it at Vernon Downs would have cut it down to about 65,000 people would have been allowed to go. But they're like, no, the town's gonna fall apart. It's like dangerous. We can't have all these people here. To me, if you're a small town and you have the possibility of a big ginormous event coming to you, that's a good thing, because that means people will spend money on food, alcohol, hotels, rental cars, all kinds of stuff. That's good for the economy, right? But Vernon Downs said no. It is just not going to happen this year. And the sheriff even told Michael Lang, dude, you gotta try for next year. It's not going to happen this year. Michael has 5 days to appeal the denial, but you know, it's kind of like a kid asking for candy before dinner. I'm not allowing you to have a Snickers bar before your dinner, because it took me 3 flippin' hours to make that dinner. But the kid keeps asking and hoping that this Woodstock 50 event is going to happen. Now remember, guys, again, August 16th through the 18th, this was supposed to take place. No tickets are for sale yet. I just suggest nicely that Michael Lang, again, I've said this 1,000 times before, pick another venue, pick another place, date, and time, and really make this happen. It doesn't matter now. At this stage of the game, so what? It doesn't happen. That same weekend of Woodstock, yes, it would have been nice to feel the vibe of having it on the same weekend as the original Woodstock, but it's just not. So hopefully Lang will come out soon and say, I had to give up now. I just had to, and we'll figure this thing out, and we'll make it another time. I think that should happen, and I'm sorry for showing my fat sides. So we all just love talking about Steve Perry. I mean, there's so many YouTube channels about Steve Perry. There's so many Facebook pages about Steve Perry. I mean, people are crazy about Steve Perry. So I actually was in Vegas over the weekend. What an amazing time that I had. A separate video will be coming out documenting my entire trip. It was pretty amazing, pretty awesome. I know I say amazing a lot too, and I really apologize for that, but it was amazing. So I was actually talking to a doctor. Her name is literally Dr. Deb. And when she found out that I'm a classic rock radio DJ and I have a YouTube channel, I talk about classic rock, she's like, I love Steve Perry. Do you happen to know Steve Perry? And I looked at her and I said, I would love to know Steve Perry personally, on a different level, but I do not. So she then proceeded to go on and say, listen, I love my sister, but if you walk around San Francisco with me and get him to marry me, I'll allow you to be my maid of honor at our wedding. Mind you, I just met this woman, and she is a very successful doctor. She loves Steve Perry and obviously is quite obsessed with Steve Perry. So no matter where you go, no matter who you talk to, there's always going to be a love for that man. Really. And as I'm sitting here talking about him, I've seen nothing on social media, and it's been a few days. It's been a hot minute. So I'm hoping he releases something within the next 24 hours, just so I can talk about it when I see you guys again on Friday. I really do. But I got nothing else. Just an obsessed Dr. Deb that wants to marry Steve Perry and literally wants to walk around San Francisco to find him. We all love Steve Perry. That's all I got. Guys, guys, thank you so much. If you can subscribe, hit the like button, leave me a comment, ask me a question, anything you want to hear in the future about anything classic rock. I got some great interviews coming up, so hopefully you come back for those. Have a great day, a great night, a great weekend, a great everything. And as always, remember, because again, we all just love our classic rock music. Keep rocking, guys.